more step left. Okay. Alright, so we've done a little bit. We did a little bit of the distance formula. We did a little bit of midpoint. We did a little bit of the Pythagorean theorem. On a project, and this isn't the exact question on the... do you want to do another example of the Pythagorean theorem? We can. We can go back and do another example of the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Alright, so let's work on project. The project has a graph like this, and it asks you a question about distance. Now, I changed what we were walking from so that we weren't doing the exact question on the project. Which two things look like they're the closest together? Which two things are the shortest distance? This is a zoo, and it shows the distance between everything. Okay, so you can see that if you're going from hyenas clear down to primates, you're going a long ways. Hyenas and otters look pretty close. Tigers and jaguars look fairly close, but yeah, I think you're right. The shortest distance would be between the hyenas and the otters. That's the first question they ask, is which is the closest together. The second question asks about a total distance between two animals, okay? And you can do this using the distance formula if you find each of the points on here, or you can use the Pythagorean theorem, whichever one you would like to use, okay? I'm going to show you, would you like to use the distance formula to do this problem, or would you like to use the Pythagorean theorem? Which one? Because we can use either, but I'd rather just use one or the other and not use both as we try to go through this. Which one is easier for you? Did you like the distance formula? You want to use distance formula. Okay, so here's what we're asked. What's the total distance you walked? If you go from the hyenas to the tigers, so there's one distance, and then straight to the jaguars, so then you go from tigers to jaguars. So here are hyenas. If we're going to use the distance formula, we need to find out what is the location of that point. So what point is that on the graph? The X and the Y for that point, what are they? Okay, so it looks like it's over 3 and up 6. So it would be the point 3, 6. Are we agreed on that? Okay, and we're going to tigers. So where are tigers? They're down here. Their location is over 4. So 4, comma, and they're down 1. So -1. Good. Okay, so if we're going, let's find our distance from hyenas to tigers first. That's using the distance formula. We're going to go from the point 3, 6 to the point 4, -1. Okay, and our distance formula is the square root of x minus x squared plus y minus y squared. That's our distance formula. So let's subtract the 2 x's, subtract the 2 y's, and simplify. Okay, so the x from our point is 4 and 3. The y's from our point are -1 and 6. So far, so good? Is this looking right so far? Okay, we go and simplify as we go. Do parentheses first, so 4 minus 3 is 1. And -1 minus 6 is -7. We keep going. 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1, and -7 squared, -7 times 7 is, notice, a positive 49. Okay, well, some people forget that when you square a negative, it becomes positive because you're taking a negative times a negative. So we get 1 plus 49 is 50, and what is the square root of 50? That's our first distance. Okay, good. I get 7.07 or 7.1 if we round to the nearest 10th. So that's the distance from hyenas to tigers. Now we're supposed to go from tigers straight to jaguars. So where are jaguars located? Here's the point for jaguars. It looks like it's over 3, 4, 5, 6. To the right of 0, so it's 6, and down 5, so negative 5. Okay, we okay with how to find the points on the graph as to where they're located? Okay, so we found our first distance. I'm going to separate these so we can do them and then add them together. So now we are going from the tigers at 4, negative 1 to the hyena at 6, negative 5. Again, we're going to use the distance formula. Okay, so the distance formula is 4 minus 6, or excuse me, 6 minus 4, or x minus x squared, plus our y's, so negative 5 minus negative 1 squared. Okay, we need to simplify that. We take a look here, notice on our minus negative here, minus a negative becomes a what? It becomes a positive, so this ends up being a plus right here. Let's simplify those. So 6 minus 4 is 2. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. We are going to square both of those. Okay, so 2 times 2 gives us 4, and negative 4 times negative 4 gives us positive 16. Go ahead and add those. 20, and then take the square root. .5. Okay, so what then would be our total distance if we go from the hyenas to the tigers, and then the tigers to the, whoops, this was supposed to be the jaguars. Okay, so we put both of those together, and we will have our answer. Very good. Yep, it would be a distance of 11.6. Okay, so that's, if you use the distance formula, that is what that problem would look like. Okay. Sweet. All right. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to do a recording of how you do this using the Pythagorean theorem, so I can put both recordings there in case there's someone who prefers the Pythagorean theorem. You're welcome to stick around for that, or you're also welcome to go if you would like, because we are past time. But if you want to see what it looks like if you do the Pythagorean theorem, you're welcome to stick around.